Art of Rally is a minimalist art-style racing game developed and published by Fun Selector, the creators of Absolute Drift. It's a stripped-down take on the classic rally sims with an emphasis on fun, but still retains a fair chunk of some of the simulation elements. It's aimed squarely at the Venn diagram of simulation buffs who just want to have a bit of fun without discarding every element of their favourite games, and people who don't really go for simulations but want a good deal more physics and detail than a standard arcade racer. Graphically, it's fucking incredible. The purity of the art style, the low polygon graphics look blocky but they're really exceptional. It's like a cross between Colin McRae and Sensible Soccer. It strips racing back down to the details that matter. It looks great, but it's not loaded down with a huge world of gaudy and flash shit. It's got great physics, but it's not attempting to simulate the individual air particles. The detail isn't just in all of the right places. You've got a rake load of cars and tracks to choose from. In the career mode, you start off with older cars like the Mini Cooper and race through decades of classic rally tracks up until the more modern eras where you're ripping around in a Subaru Impreza. Well, they aren't called their real names because the game doesn't have the licenses, but we all know an Audi Quattro when we see one. Considering the sheer amount of cars that's on offer, it's incredible that they all handle very differently. But they all handle realistically, and that's the central tenet to the difficulty. This is a very unforgiving game to play. It holds no hands and forgives no errors. There's plenty of options to practice in Art of Rally with the various practice tracks and the free roam option. A free roam option in a racing game. If you fancy tearing around a Finnish rally track but don't feel like a time trial race, you can do it. Just race around as you like and smack into as many trees as possible. The career mode is a simple progression and unlock mode. You progress through the stages by winning and unlock more cars as you go. That's pretty much it. There's no unneeded flair to anything here. It's brilliant. There is a time attack mode which is pretty self-explanatory, a custom rally mode where you get to pick the races and the stages, some online events that I'll never go near, and the previously mentioned free roam. There's lots here to keep you interested. However, the first thing that's going to get your attention once you get past the brilliant UI is the difficulty. Yeah, you want to be scaling that down unless you're a hardcore racing game addict, and even then, you're going to have your work cut out for you here. Now don't be shaken if you found yourself spending a bit more time on the practice tracks than you'd normally do in other games. The simplistic art design lulls you into a false sense of security. You think you'll be whipping around the place like a pro, but after eating it for the third time on your second corner, you'll start to pay proper attention to what it is you're actually doing. And it really is worth it to give this a bit of time to get good at, because when you get into it, there really is no better racing game around. I'm serious. It's really a damn near flawless game. Of all the fucking games I've played looking for that flawless quality, I find it here in a genre that I'm not actually really much of a fan of. I don't even like driving in real life, and I don't really like driving games. The last driving game I seriously got into was Gran Turismo 2. That's where I'm coming from. And as you can see, I'm fucking shite at them. But Art of Rally won't be converting me back to the driving genre, because I know there's no other driving game out there that's going to be like this. From the brilliant UIs to the gorgeous artwork to the sheer depth of play, this blows every other driving game out of the water. And it does it by taking what every other driving game is doing and throwing all of that in the bin. Because they know that most racing games are 90% garbage filler that's almost designed to distract you from the actual point of the game. The driving. Every aspect of Art of Rally is perfectly designed to complement the driving, not overpower it. The controls are great as soon as you get used to how detailed they are. The soundtrack is incredible. I actually went and bought the fucking soundtrack for this game. That's how fucking good it is. The visuals are gorgeous and the amount of detail in the game that's just under the hood is staggering, pun very much intended. Even the fucking engine noises are perfect. And I mean literally perfect. Each engine sounds just like its real world counterpart. If there was any real justice in the world, Art of Rally would kill off most of the shite racing genre for the next 10 to 15 years at least. If I was a dev on some other racing title like Project Cars or Burnout or Forza, I'd be shaking my head in disbelief at what Fun Selector have done here. I'd have to quit. I really would. I don't see how you'd continue on pumping out the same hyper-adrenalised shite after playing something as perfect as this. It'd be sacrilege. I'm not being hyperbolic here, this really is one of the best racing games to exist. Maybe WRC or Gran Turismo 7 hold up in the face of the sheer level of quality on show here, but even then, they're fucked. They're huge bloated messes compared to the slimmed down majesty of Art of Rally. Look, just get the game. Just keep in mind that if you're a racing fan, you'll never be able to go back to any other racing game again.